He has the loosest mouth and the least filter, yet somehow every single legend in Hollywood loses their composure the second he opens it. And nobody has ever figured out how to keep up with Chris Tucker.
He knows everybody.
Yeah. You know everybody?
I kind of do, you know. And
I don't even know Michael Jordan.
I wear Jordan 1s in the most comfortable shoes, and every time I see Michael, he look at your shoes. First thing he do is look down, what kind of shoes you got? Reebok, man, you crazy.
Muhammad Ali?
He said, you a funny mother Tucker. I said, oh, did he really? I thought he was going to say something else.
You hang out with Prince now.
I went over his house, man, because Prince have a club.
Y'all hung out.
We hung out.
Okay, how about like Stevie Wonder?
I know Stevie. Stevie's, oh, man, he called me.
Keep trying. You're going to have to go way deep into Stevie.
When Chris hit $20 million a year, his family processed that information at exactly the speed you would expect.
What is your family's reaction to your success?
Oh, they all quit their jobs when they found out I was making $20 million a year. They said, we rich. I was like, no, I'm rich.
Because this man has been running the same hustle since before Hollywood ever came calling.
To hide the cupcakes, you know, because I'm the youngest of 6 kids. We hide the cupcakes, because they be gone. By the time my mama get home, he said, Mama, I got that groceries for you. I got that. You take it in there, you hide them cupcakes. You know, you take out 3 or 4 of them. Mama, what happened to the cupcakes? Hey, man, Mama just bought 2 of them, man.
But his brothers eventually reminded him exactly where he started, and it hit different than anything else on this list.
My brothers, I invited them down to the club, and from, you know, being from Georgia, and like you said, they, you know, being a comedian, like, what? They was all laughing at me like, all right, I'm gonna come down and see you perform. I invited them down to the comedy club, and they was down there, and I was on the list, but you know, being a comedian, you might not get to go up.
So it's not guaranteed.
So I didn't get to go up that night, so I had to ride all the way home, and they was in the car. I thought you was a comedian. You know, you didn't go up and all this stuff, and I said, okay, one day I'm gonna go up, y'all gonna see. So now they ask me for money every day, and I said, I thought you was gonna pay me back. When you gonna pay me back?
So Chris Tucker made it. And the first thing he found out about celebrity life is that Jackie Chan will absolutely bury you in gifts and not spend a single dollar doing it.
Jackie was so kind and so nice. He would give me a gift every day on the first rush hour set. He would send me over a gift, a different gift. I said, man, what is this? Part of his culture? He's so nice. And I realized he's from China. They make everything over there. He was getting it for free anyway.
Oh, that's very unfair.
He wasn't paying for nothing.
Oh, man.
He was looking out the window like, look at Chris Tucker. He gonna go broke trying to keep up with me. We make Jordan 1s in Taiwan.
Yet nothing captures what that trip to China was actually like. More than when Chris realized nobody over there knew who he was at all.
I was the only black person in Hong Kong. I was looking for black people. I said, where are the black people at? No black people, no. They thought I was Kobe Bryant, man. They didn't know who I was.
Like Kobe Bryant.
Like, Kobe, sign my autograph, Kobe. We love you. Where's Shaq?
But back in China, where people do know who he is, Jackie Chan is not just famous, he owns everything. And Chris found out the hard way what that actually means.
What's it like in China with Jackie Chan?
He's the man. Jackie owned everything. He's like, you like hotel? He said, you like hotel? I said, yeah, it's my hotel. That's my hotel. No. So I got to do more movies. And then he was like, wow, you over here. I said, I came to see you. What do you think I'm over here for? You're the only person I know in China.
And speaking of Rush Hour, nobody talks about the first time these two were ever in the same room together, and honestly, the whole franchise almost did not happen.
We was in a meeting, and we was getting ready to do the movie, and Jackie didn't say nothing the whole time. He was just like shaking his head. Okay.
First time I met Chris Tucker, we tried to make Rush Hour 1, then sit in the meeting room. Jackie! You keep talking, I just looking.
He's so fast.
And I pulled the director aside after the meeting. I said, does he speak English, man? It's no way we can do this movie if he don't speak English, man. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? That was the whole thing I came up with. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Because I was like, the first time I met him, I was like, do he understand English? Does he speak English?
But nothing tops the moment Chris started rolling with Michael Jackson, because every single time they hung out, MJ pulled up in a completely different energy than anyone expected.
Go in public anywhere with Michael Jackson?
You know what? We go to the movies sometimes, but it's hard because Michael got to sneak in the movie right before it starts. So Michael come in there like with a ninja suit on. He's hiding and he's sitting there with, where's Michael? And then I turn around, he's like, hey, Chris. I'm like, oh, man, how long you been here? About 5 minutes. I'm sorry. Did I scare you? And then all of a sudden, we watching the movie. He's the loudest person in there.
Really?
You know? Yeah, he's watching the movie like, hee. I said, Michael, would you shut up before people see you? Sorry, it was funny, Chris.
Yeah.
Sneaking into movies in a ninja suit was not even the most unhinged thing MJ did with Chris. And this next part had Tucker rethinking every compliment he ever gave.
Michael was just so nice. He would give you anything if you liked something. Like I was just complimenting a flat screen TV he had, and he gave it to me. I was like, Michael, I didn't want the TV. But then the black came out of me. I started liking everything after that. I was like, I said, Mike, I like that Rolls Royce. That's a bad Rolls Royce. Not the old one, the new Rolls Royce, right there. He was like, you like it, Chris? I said, yeah, I like it. He said, you sure you like it? I said, yeah, I like it. He said, well, you better go buy one, because I ain't giving you my Rolls.
Criminally underrated stand-up, Chris Tucker can take the most boring domestic moment and make a whole room lose it.
You ever had a neighbor that borrow your shit and keep it so long, you have to borrow it back? Come back, them still at home. You said you was on.
And nobody does the frustration of everyday life more than this one. Because if you have ever had friends, you have lived this.
You ever had somebody call you, tell you they on their way, you call them back, them still at home. You said you was on your way, man. My clothes in the dryer, man. Damn. And you be mad as a till you get there. You be happy as like, oh, punk ass, always late, always late. What's up, T? Let's get out of here.
Fame changed everything for Chris Tucker except the people back home who still cannot fully process that he is a real celebrity.
People think stars.
Fame changed everything for Chris Tucker except the people back home who still cannot fully process that he is a real celebrity.
People think stars live in Hollywood. You live in Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta.
Do they leave you alone in Atlanta?
Sometimes it's because they don't see a lot of celebrities, so they be coming up to me, looking at me like, hey, man, you? I'm like, yeah, I'm me. You? Like, what you doing out here in the grocery store shopping? I gotta eat, too. I'm getting some food. You think I'm a superhero?
Yet nothing in Chris Tucker's career was bigger or weirder than when Bill Clinton personally dragged him to Africa to perform impressions in front of world leaders. And the stakes got very real very fast.
I went to Africa one time with Bill Clinton. I started doing impressions of Bill Clinton. He started liking it. He was like, oh, shit, that sounds just like me. He invited me to Africa. He said, Tucker, you want to go to Africa with me? You're black. I'm black. I think you're like it. So I started doing the impressions, man. Everywhere we went, he wanted me to do them. Every country we went to. Finally, I got tired. We got to Nigeria. He wanted me to do it in front of the president of Nigeria. And I was scared. Shit, if I mess it up, they put me in jail. And Tucker, come on now. I need you. I done set it up now. Come on, don't let me down. You want to ride home, right? Huh?
Rush Hour became one of the most beloved comedy franchises ever made, and behind every scene is the same story, Jackie Chan desperately trying to hold it together while Chris Tucker does not stop.
That's right, Lee. For the last 3 years, I've studied the ancient teaching of booty.
And sometimes the other actors were the ones who set him off.
Show your ass! Show your ass! Y'all's gas.
This money talk scene looks intense. What you do not know is, it took 56 takes and they still had to use the one where Chris's scene partner is smiling on camera.
They put their hands on you.
And they tried to, man. One dude gonna come try to grab me from the back. That's how they caught me. That's how they brought me in. They was slanging like, yeah, like that. Did they
like
grab
that?
me? Yeah. Man, get the hell out of me, man! Hey! Where your shirt at?
We couldn't stop laughing. We did 56 takes one way, and we got one clean, and Brett Ratner started laughing. I'm like, oh! But it was
MJ would not give Chris the Rolls Royce, but Charlie Sheen handed over a Ferrari without even thinking about it. And somehow that turned into a months-long situation.
Charlie let me borrow his Ferrari, man, when I was like 24, something like that.
Did you own your own?
No, I didn't have one. I just asked him because I was like fearless, like, Charlie, let me borrow your Ferrari. He was like, okay, sure. I was like, what?
There's so many cars in the driveway back then.
Yeah.
It was cool to have another parking space open, you know.
I kept that Ferrari so long, he forgot I had it. He said, do you have my Ferrari? I said, I think I do.
Right.
He said, can you want to bring it back? Okay.
Money talk.
Oh, Money Talk
God,
with Charlie
Money
Sheen.
Talk.
That's Charlie Sheen. That was the funnest movie ever, man, because I would show up late for work and Charlie wouldn't show up at all. They were like, they'd be arguing with me and then all of a sudden, Charlie ain't even here. What y'all arguing with me for? Find Charlie first, okay?
And while MJ had a Rolls Royce, Chris had questions, specifically why exactly Michael Jackson kept a Spider-Man mask in his car anyway. Here is Chris Tucker on the Rush Hour. 2 set accidentally calling Jackie Chan by his real name mid-take.
We would love to see that, Jack. Now, Jackie, we would love to see that. Wouldn't we love to see that?
His name is Lee, goddammit.
Lee, we would love to see that.
Chris broke character plenty of times, but this next one was not even his fault.
Who's calling?
I'm filming. I'm looking Jackie Chan dead in his eye.
We're
Call
on
me
the.
back. Call me back. No, you can't speak to Jackie Chan. They want to speak to you, Jack.
Hello?
I'm sorry about this.
We are filming right now.
And sometimes a blooper is just one man and a word he refuses to let win.
Is this a kosher meal?
Yes, sir, that's our kosher meal.
What's the name of it?
Filter fish.
Filter fish. You know what this is? What is it?
Filter fish.
It's filter fish.
I love this stuff.
I really don't. You have black people all over the world eating this. We eat lots of things.
And then Kevin Hart showed up as a new neighbor and got the most Chris Tucker welcome he never asked for. And that is exactly why there will never be another one like him.
A funny Chris Tucker story. We were buying our first house and we're coming in this neighborhood, and I didn't know that Chris lived in the neighborhood. And this is when Chris was like having the taxes problem. Okay. Right? So I'm like in the house and Chris comes by and all he says from outside is, "Pay your taxes, man." I go, "What?" "Well, I'm here, man. I got a house down here too, man. They told me he's coming here. I'm just telling you, pay your taxes." And he left.
That's real advice, though. It's great advice.